What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my next video. Today we are going to be reviewing chapter 1031 of One Piece, and this one's crazy. The chapter starts off with Kid and Law versus Big Mom, and you see that Kid and Law, they're huffing and panning. They're very close to just being out of commission. And Big Mom's alive. She was able to survive the last attack, which I'm actually very relieved. If she was taken down by just that one attack, I would have been very disappointed in the Yonko. And I'm not even gonna lie, when the background characters, like, not even Big Mom could survive that, I was sweating a little. But no, she's alive and she's really pissed off. Apparently the damage that the attack did was like a lot. She said that she hasn't taken that much damage in what, decades? Let me see. Oh yeah, it's been decades since I felt pain like this, which is a bit weird since her and Kaido just fought. But they were both like holding back, I guess. I need to reread that part. But yeah, she's taking the souls out of all the other background characters and even some of her own souls, which has increased her size. She's now like the size of a giant, which I'm actually curious if she actually is the same size as a giant, or if she's maybe like taller than the average one, still shorter, I don't know. But yeah, now she's not kidding around. She's going full power. So whatever we see from this point forward is Big Mom, I assume, at her full power. Okay, so I feel like after this, if she like attacks Law or Kid and they're still alive, there's no like argument to be made like, oh, Big Mom, she's holding back. Now I don't think she's holding back anymore. She's saying that she'll show them what it means to be an emperor. And to be fair, I feel like Kaido also said something around the same thing, but I think Big Mom, she's serious now. So I am excited to see where this goes. I'm still on the side that Kid and Law will not be able to beat Big Mom. I don't think they're incapable of doing it, but the way the battle's gone, I think it'll be very difficult. And there's no way they're killing her. Like, I doubt they're gonna kill her. I think they're gonna try to. They might knock her out, but they just won't be able to do it. They'll just have to take that. And I still don't think she's gonna die, or even I think Big Mom's gonna win this fight. Like, I'm not of the whole thing that the raid's gonna fail, but I do think Kid and Law's attempt to assassinate Big Mom will fail. But yeah, both Kid and Law are very like, they really want to take down Big Mom. They're putting their all into this fight, which, who knows. In One Piece, injuries don't stop anyone. Like, even if characters on the verge of collapse, they'll just keep fighting as if they're like fine. So who knows. But next we see Apoo and DS Drake, and it's like, it went exactly how I thought it would. Drake's not having any of that. He's just gonna straight up go for Apoo when they're interrupted by Yamato, and Apoo tries to get Yamato on the side. Doesn't really work. There are numbers, like one of the numbers is chasing after her. Honestly, this part of the chapter I wasn't really too interested in. The numbers have always been kind of boring to me. A lot of people had high hopes for them, and I didn't really have any. Like, the type of like mindless, killing beasts or whatever, those type of characters never really interested me. And even with the little expectations I have of them, they still disappointed. So not really interested in what they're gonna do from this point forward. But yeah, we don't really see much of that fight, except like Drake's going like, you're not gonna get away, and blah blah blah. I think Apoo's gonna go down to Drake. Yeah. And Robin and Brook are being chased by CP0, the same CP0 agents that were in Dressrosa, who I think were like announcing that Doflamingo was still a warlord. And they're actually going to start fighting now, which I'm really excited. I don't know if this is going to be a Brook versus CP0, Robin versus CP0, Brook and Robin teaming up to take down CP0 agents. I don't know. I'm really excited though. I feel like Brook, in terms of fighting, like, we obviously got Whole Cake Island and all that, but I do want to see some actual like good fighting now from Brook. He took down the Black Maria's subordinates or whatever, but I am itching to see another Brook fight. And then there's also the possibility that neither of them are going to fight the CP0 agent. Someone else, like a third party's going to come in, maybe one of the other Straw Hats and some other allies or whatever. But I don't want that to happen. I do want one of them to at least take down CP0 agent. I don't know if they're gonna unmask him and see who he is underneath. I'm not gonna try to make any predictions or anything. I mean, like Gin from Baratie. No. If Jin ever, or Gin, I think it was Gin, ever comes back in the series, I don't even know what would happen. Like the fandom, I think the fandom would just go insane. I think it'll just like stop. Everyone's gonna stop functioning. But of course, after that, we get into really the main meat of the chapter. The main interesting part to at least me is Sanji, and something that like when Sanji was worrying about losing his emotions, this didn't even cross my mind. But obviously, like his love for women and his like chivalry or whatever. Like I obviously like thought like, what if he's not gonna like swoon over like Nami and Robin or whatever, but I never actually thought that he'd actually like hit a woman, which is crazy. And there's also the debate of whether he actually did hit her. Like Oda very purposely didn't show the actual impact. They show that Sanji was walking by her, she's like begging for mercy, and the next thing she's gone. She's unconscious, or I don't think she's unconscious. She's just been struck, and I don't think Sanji actually hit her. I do think though, like I don't know what actually happened. Maybe she's faking it or something. I don't know why she would, but I feel like there's something else going on. But I think it would be cool if he did actually hit her. I'm not saying that as if like it'd be cool for Sanji to hit women. I'm saying it would be cool, like in the plot, for Sanji to have to go through the emotional conflict of him like betraying his own chivalry because of Germa, and him like slowly turning into them. You know, I feel like he just has to have that conflict inside of him, which could also occur with him just like not knowing that he didn't hit her. I think a cool why do I keep saying the word cool? I think a possible outcome that might be good would be if, you know, if Sanji, or like if the girl, we know that, if the readers know that he didn't hit her, but Sanji will just never know. You know, he'll have to go to the constant thing like, did he actually hit an innocent woman? Which I guess he'll just have to deal with that on his own. And then there's also this scenario where Sanji also just finds out in the middle of the battle that he didn't actually hit her, and I feel like that's like the worst case scenario. Like he didn't hit her, and he finds out he didn't hit her, and then he's like, good, you know, he's like, oh yeah, okay, then I guess I'm not completely gone yet. But speaking of being, you know, gone, Sanji calls Zoro using the Denden Mushi, and tells him that if by the time the raid ends, and it ends in success, if Sanji's like not there, if he's lost his emotions, if he's no longer the same person he was, for Zoro to kill him. Essentially, he says in the translation, it says "put me down." In the fan translation, I'm interested to see what the Viz translation is gonna say. Which brings me to what I said last chapter. I was complaining that the fan translation said that Law reattached Kinemon's body, but in the Viz translation they didn't say that. It said like the body that was cut by Law hasn't been fully reattached, which I do like that translation a lot better. So it gives a little bit more ambiguity to who actually reattached him, which makes it more likely for him to actually be alive, which, you know, that's a good thing. And yeah, I'm curious to see what Sanji's gonna say to Zoro, or Zolo, I should say officially. But if this happens, like if we get to the end of Wano and Sanji and Zoro have a full-on fight, like, and both of them are going at 100%, they're both giving their all, I think the fandom's gonna go insane. Like, we obviously had those like bits, you know, of Zoro and Sanji fighting, but not like them actually going all out. I don't even know what would happen if that does happen, which if I had to place a bet on whether or not it would happen, that's a hard one. I think okay, I'll say my prediction for now is that Sanji's gonna start to lose himself. He's gonna fight Zoro, and in the middle of fighting, he's gonna like come to his senses, and then they're gonna stop. Because I don't think if Sanji and Zoro are always meant to be like equals, right? So if they fight, they're not gonna have like a clear outcome. That just wouldn't make sense for their rivalry. And I feel like if they do have a clear outcome, the fandom is gonna go to all the Zoro fans, all the Sanji fans, and the losing side is gonna be like, oh, you know, this character was actually a lot weaker than, or like a lot weakened down. You know, they were injured more, so it's not fair that they lost. But yeah, all the fighting's gonna happen. God, the Zoro versus Sanji is like that in the actual fandom is one of the stupidest debates. It's so stupid because like, if you're a Sanji fan, you always think like Zoro's like really weak or like he's like useless or something. If you're a Zoro fan, you think Sanji's useless or something. It's like, bro, just enjoy both the characters. They're both strong characters, both entertaining characters. Like, come on. But once again, my prediction was wrong. We saw no Kinemon in this chapter, no Usopp, no whoever was with Usopp and Kinemon. So yeah, my prediction for the next chapter is, I'll say Robin and Brook, and then CP0. So those characters. I think next chapter actually might just be a Zoro and King centric chapter. Because Sanji, at the end of the chapter, I didn't even mention this, but Sanji lands a clean hit on Queen, and is this gonna take Queen out? Who could say for sure? If I had to place a bet, I think, God, right now Sanji's more interesting part isn't Queen or him versus Queen, rather him versus himself, essentially trying to not become Germa. I think Queen's kind of served his purpose. The raid suit's destroyed. Queen's like gonna stop chasing after him and actually just like go for the kill. So I feel like if Sanji takes down Queen right now, then that makes sense. Honestly, I'm kind of over them actually fighting. I want to see more of like just Sanji and his conflict. So I hope Queen's out for the count. Think he is, although I don't know. I feel like if he were to actually take down Queen, it would have been cool for it to be at the same time as Zoro taking down King. So they could have done a double page spread and both of them attacking. But they've actually done quite a bit of those in Wano. So maybe not. Maybe Queen's down for the count. He's probably not dead. No, definitely not dead. But yeah. I already said my next prediction. So I think that's all I'd say about this chapter. It was a good chapter. I liked it. Yeah, Wano has been really great lately. The raid has been, you know, these past chapters have been hit on hit on hit. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.